All right, welcome to Narcovery family. Today we're going to talk about resilience and liberation from just the torment of narcissistic oppressors. In this video, I will guide you on how to unveil truth and recognize the deceptive facade of the narcissist. When you know this, you're going to be rising from the ashes just to reclaim your power. And that's the silver lining from overcoming narcissism. And there is a silver lining. There really is. Trust me on that. There really is a silver lining. Because, here's the thing. What you're going to learn is to just be this mountain of resilience. And just like a mountain stands firm against adversity, you begin to just embody more and more resilience. Resilience is like, a river that just kind of carves its path through just treacherous depths of narcissistic wizardry, and it just leads you back to the life that you deserve. And if you actually think about it, water might just be the most powerful substance on earth, because it can actually carve mountains. And what it does is it does it over time. It does it slowly. And there's a metaphor there that kind of links to narcissism, because in order to change, in order to set boundaries, it's going to take time. And the way that's done is just slowly, just carving a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. And before you know it, it's just you've created your own path. For those who don't know me, I'm Miles. I'm a recovery coach. I specialize in guiding people away from narcissism towards healing. If you're watching this video right now, know that it has found you for a reason. Trust that this video is going to hold valuable insights to just help transform your life. So just take a moment right now to follow as I share just wisdom and knowledge to support you on your healing journey. And my feed is just, it's brimming with hundreds of videos right now, and there's many, many more to come. So, follow, and you'll see more of the videos as they come up. And leave a comment saying mastermind to receive a link to the Narcovery mastermind, and you can join this growing community that's dedicated to just overcoming narcissism. So narcissism, it can be just really suffocating. It basically holds our spirits captive in this just house of lies and delusions. We can break from the narcissist's grip just like a bird escaping its cage and just soaring off into this boundless sky. Because the truth is, there is no cage. There's actually nothing holding us down. The cage door is open. We can leave at any time. We've just been told the cage door is closed. And for some reason, we believed it. And it's not true. It's merely just a lie. Another lie the narcissist told to make us believe that we need to seek their approval when we never did. Together we will dismantle this twisted world created by the narcissist and step boldly into this radiant light of our own true, authentic selves. Because what I believe is deep within us and within everybody lies a reservoir of strength and resilience. It's like reminiscent of just fairy tales. And this reservoir, well, it threatens the narcissist's need for power and control. Narcissists don't want you to know how strong you actually are. Why would they? Because here's the thing. What if you did find and tap into that core strength that you have of yours, and you become an unstoppable force of nature, just powered by courage and just be able to overcome any obstacle. The strength is there. In order to access it, there are a lot of feelings and emotions that we have to process. And this part of recovery from narcissism is messy. And this is where getting help and support is just vital. Self-awareness is the enemy of narcissism because they have their own delusions. They don't want you to realize that you're a person too. But we can't get through this. You remember that scene from Shawshank Redemption where Andy Dufresne crawls through a sewer pipe and just emerges, clean? Well, that's going to be you. And that crap that we got to crawl through, it's not our crap. But to get to the other side, we still got to crawl through it. Because recovery from narcissism, it transforms you into an unbreakable force, just gracefully bending but never breaking in the force of storms. Because reality is you can adapt and you can rise above this tactical wizardry that narcissists just impose upon us. It's like, underneath it all, under our core strength, is almost like this dragon that's just lying asleep and it's just ready to unleash just this transformational awakening. So it's no wonder narcissists try to keep that powerful self down, our powerful self down. Because if we're to rise up out of their narcissistic control and manipulation, because what would they have? Nothing. Zero. 2 zeros. Many zeros. They'd have double nothing. You have inner strength. Your inner strength will guide you on this path from narcissistic recovery. Much like, an explorer following the North Star. And what path, what direction, how you get out of this narcissistic trap is entirely up to you, because we all have our own different path. As I embarked on my own journey, it led me to create Narcovery, which now empowers, thousands of people to find their way through this chaos and never fall prey to narcissism again. And your path may take you somewhere else. But remember, it's your path to choose. Wherever you go is going to be better than where you are right now. So stay. What happens? Things get worse. Leave. What happens? Things get worse. But then they get better. And there's the key difference. At your core, You possess the strength and the willpower to triumph over any challenge that a narcissist throws at you. Just dust yourself off and just rise up and embrace the next challenge, and then the one after that and the one after that. After recovery from narcissism, you'll become unstoppable. Narcovery.com is standing by your side. And you can find a link to my mastermind on narcovery.com, and after you watch the video, you can actually book a session, and I can help you unravel, unpack, and unleash this best version of you. And if you're not ready, that's perfectly fine. Just follow, keep watching more videos, teach yourself more, learn more. And, maybe you need to get to know me better. Fine, that works for me. And when the time is right and you're ready just to awaken your power, then book a call. And know that the truth is within your reach. Recognize the facade of a narcissist and unveil the path to your authentic self. Embrace your resilience, for you are destined for greatness beyond the narcissist's grasp. And together, let us all rise up and just reclaim our power. Now, moving forward, we're going to delve into the depths of resilience and self-empowerment in the face of narcissistic unmasking. We're going to learn how to just confront challenges and confront fear head on, and learn how to emerge to become stronger and more resilient. And this is a pivotal moment, a sign that you are on the right path, because you're here, you're watching this video, you're learning. So good for you, because building resilience will provide you with the strength and the courage. The unmasking part of your recovery from narcissism moves you towards just your journey of healing, separating the truth from the fiction, the delusions from the reality. So join me as we embark on this empowering journey. And if you haven't already, remember to just like and share, and then post masterclass, the words masterclass, just in the comments below, and I'll share you the link to the Narcovery masterclass. Okay, let's embark on this journey of self-reflection, where we learn from our past experiences. This is the story of narcissism and recovery, where truth takes center stage, and unveiling your power is going to be what you need to overcome whatever it is the narcissist throws at you. Narcissists are all just puffery, like pufferfish. And the way that you kind of got sucked into this is probably the same way that most people have. Narcissists start all relationships pretty much the same way, or very similar, and they put on a mask. They love bomb you. Narcissists are very clever that way. When a narcissist, when they first touch you, it just kind of sends shivers down your spine. And this touch of theirs seems to be the gateway to, their false version of love. In this world of narcissism, it all begins with a carefully crafted and strategic game. The first encounter with a narcissist is like, the steamy conversation where words become both weapons and remedies, just constantly keeping you on edge. Narcissists wrap their words around you like, a tight embrace, shaping you into their ideal partner. Their love and passion seems to just ignite you like a rocket, making you feel like you're soaring up into heaven, like Mach 10. However, behind the scenes, they hoard all these little secret admirers. Their charm is just a facade, hiding just the sinister truth. And this love bombing that they create is not real. It's what they think you need. So they put on the mask and they give it to you. And you think, oh my God, they chose me. Wow, how could I be so lucky? At the same time, unlucky as well. And the narcissist manipulation, it goes beyond words. It extends to just fast forwarding the whole dating process, making you believe that you're practically soulmates from within moments. Time flies when you're captivated under their spell, lost in, just their embrace and their touch. But be very cautious. For things that escalate this fast, have like fighter jet speed, have a real chance of not being real at all. And you may find yourself just swept away, only to later realize that what the truth actually was. That was just a facade. It was just a game. It was part of their hook. And once they get us with this love bombing, once they get us within this narcissistic bubble, you may feel, comfortable but isolated from those who truly matter. The narcissist may encourage this isolation, just cheering you on. And at first, for sure, it feels like, you're just being wrapped up in this cozy blanket that just becomes, suffocatingly tight. A true relationship, a true loving relationship, will allow you to hold on to other connections. And remember that true love shouldn't isolate. Infatuation is fleeting. Love is nurtured over time. The narcissist entrapment story is just the beginning, because ahead of that lies the journey into the narcissistic void. And once you're trapped down at the bottom of this void, the only way out is up. And that's where our path to recovery begins. And on this path, you will discover something incredible. True liberation and true strength. Narcissism may have tried to break you, but in the aftermath, you will emerge stronger than ever before. The unmasking after love bombing is like having the rug just pulled from under you. Everything that you've been told up until this point has been a lie, and they reveal their true self. And they don't give up on the fantasy. They will use the fantasy to hook you back in again and again. But be aware that unmasked part of them, that's their real self. They haven't changed their ways. They're just lying again, lying differently, twisting things differently, contorting things differently. The narcissist makes you believe that, their fantasy, their story, their love bombing is real, and it's not. All it is to get you to drop your guard, just so what? They can just stab the knife deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. How deep they're gonna go? There's no limit. The complete goal is complete obliteration. And it's important to stop ourselves before we get to that point. And if you need support in breaking free from this narcissistic grip to reclaim your power, embrace your life, just visit narcovery.com. There you'll find a link to a masterclass, and you'll have an opportunity to book a call with me after you watch the masterclass. And right now, yeah, I get it. Things are confusing. You're doing research. You're learning more and more about this. It's okay. That's normal. But one day it will all make sense. And the day that it does will turn your life around. If you need support, together we can leave this war zone behind and step into a future just filled with peace, with self-discovery, with resilience. Remember, you have the power to build the resilience and to empower yourself during the narcissistic unmasking phase. Don't allow their delusions and delusions to just control your story, because your story is your story. And if you need help, I will be by your side throughout the entire journey. So let's make this transformative journey together, just one step at a time. And this first step is just watch this video. All right, we're going to keep moving forward. We're going to talk about how to embrace, self-discovery and just build a future after narcissism. Here's where we can start asking that question. Have you ever felt like you were trapped in this narcissistic nightmare where just reality twists and turns like a topsy-turvy, fun house? Well, don't worry not, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you your ticket to freedom. I'm going to guide you through just the unmasking phase of narcissistic relationships where the narcissistic facade just kind of crumbles and their true intentions are revealed. And this is your chance to break free from those distorted narratives and rewrite your own story and step into a world that's just filled with resilience, empowerment, and authentic connections. So, imagine this. You're sleeping peacefully in this wonderful narcissistic love bomb bubble. And there you are, you're minding your own business when suddenly, out of nowhere, bam! Your whole world comes crashing down on you like a wrecking ball out of nowhere. Welcome to the unmasking phase of the narcissistic relationships. This is the shock and awe phase of narcissism. And if you need support, just comment masterclass down below. And I'll share a link to the Narcovery masterclass, and we can start you on your journey together. So once you've seen behind the narcissist mask, and you try to wake up from this narcissistic nightmare, well, guess what? You're still smack dab in the middle of it. It's like a dream within a dream's dream. It's a crazy mind bender. Their affection, yeah, that's replaced with aggression, and then replaced with affection again, and then rejection, and then affection, and then aggression, and then affection. And it goes back and forth. It's like watching a ping pong game. That's how their minds work. Back and forth, back and forth. And why do they do this? Is this because they love you and this is how they show their love? Or maybe it's you. Have you done something just to upset this narcissistic order? Because if there was a way, a secret sauce, in order to maintain this illusion of this love bombing phase, if you could only make it last forever, but there isn't. There's nothing you can do. This whole facade was going to crumble anyway. Can you relate to what I'm saying so far? Do you know what I'm talking about? Because it's in that moment the narcissist mask slips off, and all of a sudden you realize that hell has become a little token of your reality. This first crack in the narcissist mask, this is the first jolt of betrayal. And it's like a sucker punch to the gut. This is where you sense something just is not right. But you try to rationalize it, try to brush it off, hoping it's just a weird comment, or maybe it's just, a misunderstanding. Maybe they had a bad day. No, you tell yourself, no, the love bombing bubble, no, this is real. That love inside the bubble, that's real too. That wasn't a narcissistic mind game. No, it was real. It felt real. They are a narcissistic person. They're that loving person that keeps me in the center. It makes me feel so good. It's what they want you to believe. They just had a bad day. Maybe it's me. Maybe I should have been more attentive. Maybe I'm the narcissist. These are all things that kind of pop into our heads. But the reality is the reality. None of it's real. So maybe you brush it off thinking it's just, a minor blip in the narcissist's day of this beautiful fairy tale life that you've created for him, like a tiny pebble on a winding road. But hold on, because here comes the unexpected twist. That's when the narcissist unleashes their creativity, just spinning captivating tales and threads of deceit. And they like to mix in, the darkest parts of your past struggles and your most vulnerable insecurities. Yeah, that's the kind of love that they've created. Yeah. How could it be? How could it be that beautiful love and this at the same time? Because it was never this. It was always this. This is the true skill of these narcissistic master manipulators. They're master storytellers. And they concoct all these, whimsical fairy tales where the villains and the monsters and your history has all come to life. And they manage to mingle it and mash it in with all your deepest fears from the present. This narcissistic wizardry, it paints this picture that's so vividly captivating that it's like being caught in this weird maze where truth and fiction just intertwine like cookies and cream. And you just struggle to discern what's real and what's merely a fantastical illusion that's created on the spot by the narcissistic mind. They do it instantly. It's so weird. It's mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. I made that up. Bongling. What's that? That's a word. And this is when the narcissist game just starts to take place, starts to take hold, because these storylines, they all end up being the same. The narcissist is always the victim, always the victim. And they hold all the cards, all make you squirm uncomfortably in your seat. If you confront them with reality, they just bend reality. They just twist the truth. Narcissists control the very fabric of time and space. Or at least they think they do. The narcissist relishes in your discomfort. They're like a puppeteer that's just pulling all the strings of your emotions, just manipulating every single response with just sadistic glee. And all of this is just to hide those cracks in their mask. Oh, the joy that this gives them. It's so bent. Are you with me so far? Is this making sense to you? If it is, just, like and follow, or just comment below. Now, the narcissist will shower any new faces, any new people that enter the scene, while subtly, they're just demeaning you in the process. It's as if you're just an extra in their grand theatrical production of, Wizard of Oz. Someone to drop a house on whenever they feel like it. Yeah, the road is gold if you manage to stay on it, but step aside and all of a sudden, boom, witchcraft, flying monkeys, all hiding in the bushes. And the longer you stay on this tiny little road that they give you to walk, the thinner it gets thinner and thinner, until there's absolutely no way avoiding the narcissist's wrath and rage. This path is just filled with darkness, obscurity, obsessions, paranoia, and somehow you're stuck in the middle of it. And guess what? The plot then just even thickens. The narcissist is not content with their old little bag of tricks. They then decide to bring in some new characters, some new players into this twisted tale, and just throw them right into the sacred space of your relationship. It's like a surreal theater production where they love to play the director ignoring you while showering praises upon their chosen few, their little harem of devotees, as you're just a mere spectator in this story. So the love that you felt during the love bombing, how real do you think that actually is? Narcissists thrive on winning games in which they make up the rules as they go along. And when they want to change them, they can just change the rules just to keep you off balance and to keep you uncertain. And the narcissist isn't done yet. No, there's more. There's more. They find even more people to suck into their delusions and find new ways to torment you. Oh, they love ignoring you, while the narcissist will praise anyone who validates them, making you feel small and insignificant. And that's because the narcissist loves to win games where all the players are trapped in their little narcissistic web of lies and deceit. They get so much joy from it. Well, it's time to break free from that narcissistic web, from those mind games, that trickery, and take back control of your life. Just turn the tables on that fool and show the narcissist what real strength looks like. This is where you can rise above their narcissistic torment and reclaim your power and make your own rules. Because the journey to liberation starts now, starts right now, starts right here. And I'll be here with you every step of the way. Because the best way to win a great game is just not to play. And remember, like, share, so more people can see this information, and comment below. Just say mastermind, and I'll post a link to the Narcovery mastermind. And if you need more help, you need more support, just give me the privilege of walking you through the recovery process. Because you don't have to do this alone. Because you're not alone. Because here's the truth. You're not the narcissist's first victim, and chances are you won't be the last. So visit narcovery.com to see that masterclass and book a session with me, and let's just start this journey of recovery from narcissism together. Because I believe everyone can break free from narcissistic web of deception, from their twisted little mind games that have you held captive for way too long. The narcissist stories they're not permanent. Our brains are malleable, and that means that they can heal. Just like, how you get a cut on a finger and it heals by itself? Yeah, well, these brain wounds, these brain traumas, these brain cuts, they heal too. Now, our brain will wire itself around all those scars. And you know what? It will never let that happen again. So let's seize control of your life and show them what real strength truly looks like. These childish little antics of theirs are just that. They're children. Yeah, it looks like they have an adult body, but child brain, adult body. So turn the tables, be the adult. Rewrite the ending of this tale. Just rise above with this narcissistic torment and reclaim your power and establish your own rules of engagement with narcissists. The journey to liberation from, narcissistic torment starts right here. It starts right now. And I'm here to help support you every step of the way. Narcovery.com. It's a safe place for victims of narcissistic tactics to come, to heal, to recover. Like and follow this so more people can learn about what you're learning and help change their lives, just like you're about to change yours. And together we'll show the narcissist who's truly the boss in this story. This is a journey of self-discovery and triumph over narcissism. And when this is all over, when this is gone, they will leave you with your head held high and boundaried. And this will allow you to have real love and true connection in your life. Your story began with a narcissist, but it doesn't mean you have to accept your fate as their victim. You can write a new chapter and fill it with just resilience and empowerment. It's going to be a heck of a ride. The narcissist world is all messed up. It's all bent. It's like looking through a kaleidoscope while being inside a fun house with twisted mirrors and bent mirrors and things just distorting themselves. Narcissistic words are just, whimsical riddles sometimes. Somewhere in there is truth. Maybe it's only 30%, 70% of it. What the hell is the rest of that? They just constantly talk and they leave you just puzzled, disoriented, as if you have to decipher their true meaning. They can't just speak in truth. They can't. Everything's got multi-dimensions to it. It's really nutty. But just like every fairy tale has a hero, you too have the power within you to rewrite the narrative. It's time to break free from this mesmerizing web of narcissistic deceit and reclaim your life and become just that warrior who ended up breaking free and have their lives filled with joy and authenticity and self-discovery. Remember, you're not alone in this journey, and you don't have to get sucked into the narcissist's corrupt brain cloud. Visit Narcovery.com, where you can find guidance, you can find support to just navigate the twists and turns of narcissistic recovery. And you'll find a link to the masterclass in there, and then after the masterclass, you can book a session with me, and we can start this life-changing movement together. The illusions one day will just be completely gone. And your feet are going to be planted firmly on the ground, and your head is going to be held up high. It's time to leave behind this disordered narcissistic carnival and just step into a world where your laughter echoes and your dreams take flight. And you become the author of your own happily ever after. That's cool. I want that for you. So to get the link to the mastermind, just comment mastermind below, and I'll post the link. So yeah, narcissists, they're messed up. They're like really, really messed up. We're going to keep going. There's a lot more to still learn, because they're going to help give you the ultimate guide on how to navigate through, just this toxic environment created by narcissists. Because what I want to go through now is, how to maintain your sanity and inner strength amidst just this narcissistic chaos. It's like you fall through a hole in an outhouse and all of a sudden you're just like stuck in it. And it's like, how do you not have it on you? How do you not stink afterwards? I'm going to help you through that, because this transformative journey through the narcissistic maze will just uncover their tactics that the narcissists play, and once you uncover them, you'll be able to reclaim your strength back to your true self. And you're going to be armed with resilience and maybe a bit of humor, because the absurdity of this whole experience is just like whoa. You gotta laugh sometimes at it. And of course, we're gonna get insights, lots of insights and things that you'll learn in order to evict those narcissistic squatters out of your brain. It's your brain space. Protect it. Narcissists, they're master illusionists. They can create this whole alternate reality, and somehow you got sucked into it and you're living in the middle of it. With the very foundation of your own voice and your own opinions, it just becomes really shaky. And they have this uncanny, almost magical ability just to contort your strengths and just turning them into oddities. Your talents, your gifts, how could they be oddities? Somehow they find a way. They're very clever. And that compassion of yours, they turn that into feelings of doubt. Really warped. Does this resonate with you? Is this making sense? Then if it does, I ask that you follow, and you just comment below. Help get more of these messages out. Now let's move on to projection. Projection becomes their weapon, shifting blame for their actions and words onto your shoulders. They're just skillfully chip away at your own identity, your own recollections, your own memories, and even your self-worth. The vulnerabilities that are theirs, their vulnerabilities, somehow they seamlessly just get thrown onto you. And they just boldly project their own insecurities onto the landscape of your mind. And like tenants, unwanted tenants who have just taken up residency, become squatters in this brainosphere of ours, stuck in our skull cavity. It's like the narcissist purchased tickets to a live reenactment of Alice in Wonderland. This is narcissistic crazy town. You know what the narcissist does? They lock the door behind you, and you're stuck in this distorted world that goes on far beyond any typical acid trip. It's a kaleidoscope of illusions, where the very fabric of reality is bent and twisted into shapes that you couldn't have even imagined in your wildest dreams. Up is down, left is right. And the only certainty that you have is that you're not you anymore. There's some bent version of you. You didn't start this way. No. You start to ask, who am I? Who have they made me into? But it's okay. I'm here to guide you out of this maze and reclaim that truth that just has been so obscured. And together we will navigate through this distorted hallways of this fun house that they created and just unravel all their illusions and just reveal authentic reality that just lies on the other side of it. Remember to visit narcovery.com and click on the link for the masterclass. Like and follow to learn more and to just help spread this vital information, these vital strategies out to more people. And by doing so, you're not only going to gain important insights, but you're also going to have the power to share them with others. Okay, so let's evict those narcissistic squatters from our mind once and for all. With a little bit of insight and maybe some humor, we're going to make sure that all those narcissists and any other narcissists that might come from today on forward, that they will never find their way back into our heads. This is where we're going to just tighten our grip on reality and get ready to break free from their little captivating little grasp. It's so interesting. It's like watching a train wreck, because it's in a train wreck, but you're on the train that is about to wreck, and whoa, it's not captivating at all. The journey to recovering your true self after narcissism is going to be a wild ride. But if you go on that journey, it's going to be a ride that you never forget. So I hope you get something from all of this information. I know it's a lot to process sometimes, but it is the ultimate guide as we just navigate the treacherous landscape that's created by narcissists. And by unraveling their delusions, we reclaim our own strength. And we find, empowerment, and we find liberation. And yeah, the journey is going to be wild, but the result of reclaiming your authentic self is going to be worth it. All right, there's so much more to learn. Let's just keep moving. Let's keep moving. And what I'm going to do is show you and teach you how to recognize narcissistic games and navigate the shock and awe of their manipulation. All right, let me break down narcissism for you. Yeah, so picture this. You know those people that think they're the center of the universe? Yeah, I'm talking about narcissists. They're the ones who think they're better than everyone else, and they just can't get enough attention. But what happens when their so-called love and affection just comes at a massive price, a huge price, a price that is actually your sanity? Is it worth it? For these narcissists, romance, it's not real. It's not real at all. Unless for you, romance is like, going on a crazy train through, the rings of Saturn or something, because it's that warped. No. It's like the narcissist wants you to be hooked on their love, like you're hooked on candy. But instead of candy, they want you to be hooked on something even more intense. It's not worth getting hooked. It's just not worth getting hooked. No matter, it's just that level of intensity is just not. It's not good for us. So let me break it down for you. Here's a day in life with a narcissist. Every day that you hope that there's going to be a little sprinkle of kindness, just a little tiny little itty bitty piece of it, just from them, little breadcrumb. Just give me a little itty bitty piece, just a tiny little. You just want this little dream weaver to just help you forget all about the mean things that they said and all the mean things that they do. But guess what? It never works. The words and actions, they just keep piling up and they just keep chipping away at your happiness. Defeat, accepting defeat can hit us pretty hard. It can feel like, someone sneaking up behind you and just dropping an ice cube behind your back. Just like out of nowhere. It's like just a jolt, a shock of surprise. That's the startled look you get from a narcissist when they first start their cruel little games. It's shocking. It's like, it becomes like, who is this person? What kind of person would do these things? It just doesn't end there. Narcissists just love to mess with your head, mess with your mind. They'll just casually drop an insult just to see how far they can push you. They're just trying to find out where that line is that you didn't even know you had to draw. Sneaky, right? Well, in the end, dealing with a narcissist in a romantic relationship, it's like, trying to dance a tightrope while juggling flaming bowling balls. It's a tricky balancing act that can just burn you, even if you're careful. And now let's talk about, how to protect yourself from narcissistic manipulation and these little shock tactics that they do. Firstly, recognize the signs. Keep your eye out for their insatiable need for attention and notice right away their lack of empathy and their constant need to be admired. Once you identify these traits, you can establish boundaries and protect your emotional well-being. Learn to trust your instincts because, if something feels off or manipulative, don't ignore those things. Narcissists are skilled at gaslighting, making you doubt your own perceptions, making you question your own reality. So stand firm in your reality and don't let them distort it. Just don't. Remember, you have the power to say no. Don't allow the narcissist to control you or dictate your worth. You deserve love and respect, not emotional roller coasters designed to keep you off balance all the time. No. Holding firm. It all starts by understanding the traits of the narcissist and trusting your own instincts, protecting yourself by setting boundaries and refusing to accept mistreatment. Life is way too short to be caught up in a cycle of emotional manipulation. Way too short. And please remember to follow Narcovery because there's new content put out daily. It's here to help you on your recovery journey and reclaim your strength, get your resilience back, and find your inner peace. Because once you end those narcissistic games, you can step into a future where you are truly valued and loved for the amazing person that you actually are. That's something to be celebrated. All right, we're going to keep going because in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share how to stay grounded in the chaos and just navigate through all of that narcissistic illusions, just the chaos of the whole thing. So narcissists use, all of their little narcissistic manipulative little actions, and they're all intended to do the same thing. They're all meant to mess with your mind. And at some point, you're going to start wondering, if they're just being cruel on purpose or if it's just a misunderstanding. And turns out it's just part of the mind game. They're just trying to turn you into a different person, a malleable person, a little spongy little, they're trying to turn you into like silly putty so they can just mold you into whatever they want. Something just mushy with just poor boundaries. This is narcissistic victim training. That's what it is. It's victim training. It's just like, a psychopathical little artist, and they're just painting a portrait of you as someone who's crazy and oversensitive, or, without a sense of humor. These are all tactics just to make you doubt yourself or question your own sanity. Then in the end, what you're going to end up feeling is just completely confused and just always on edge, never knowing what's actually really going on. It's like being stuck in the rinse cycle of a washing machine, just again and again and again and again. And here's a narcissistic truth bomb. Behind their loving facade is the narcissist hides a weapon. They always, mix in this little pinch of kindness just to keep you off your balance. And they give it to you with this weird condescending contempt. It's like a magic trick, and it's meant to just keep you spinning, keep your head on edge, just always on your toes, not knowing which way is up. Then you're trying to figure it out. It's like, you're looking at a puzzle, and 80% of the pieces are missing, and you're trying to figure out what the picture is of. And things just keep going. They just get wilder and wilder and crazier and crazier. Just as days go on. It's just, they just keep amping it up, ramping it up. Narcissist keeps you playing all these mind games, and they keep you making yourself doubt your own sanity. And you remember yourself, back in the day where, you were like carefree and lighthearted, filled with like love, but now you're starting to feel like a completely different person. Like narcissists are like, they're mad scientists, and they cut open your skull and they mess with all your brain matter, move things around, shift things around, and then they go, I don't know, it came like this. It was like this when I got it. It's like, no, these messed up little mind tricks, they're all just experiments that they do on your emotions, trying to turn you into some weird, morphed up recreation of you. But it's okay, because, we can break free from this twisted maze. And just remember, you have the power to shape your own destiny. Don't let narcissists paint this false picture of who you are. You're strong, you're resilient, and you're capable of finding your way back into happiness. And a lot of this has to do with just grounding, remembering what's real. And sometimes remembering what's real is just looking at the sky and saying it's blue, or looking at the ground, or just feeling gravity, or just noticing your own breath. And it's good to anchor to other people too, because other people who haven't had their brains cracked open by a narcissist and twisting things around, if you start talking to them, they'll be like, yeah, dude, that's really messed up, man. That actually happened? Which is why narcissists, alienate us from people that can actually point out what's actually happening. If you ever need help, if you ever need support to just untangle that mess, Narcovery's here. So like and follow, and you can get daily inspiration as you embark on your path to recovery after narcissistic abuse, because, this nonsense that they do, we can put ourselves back together again. And in the process, we might as well fix everything else that's in there. Just visit narcovery.com. And, we're just going to keep going with this video, and we're going to change the topic just slightly, because right now it's time to learn how to reclaim your power and overcome these narcissistic battles. So we're just going to dive right into this part of this crazy story, because here we go. So imagine this. Being with a narcissist, it's almost like having this mix of poison and remedy. And it's a super weird potion that just messes with your head. It's like trying to eat a sandwich that's both spicy and sweet at the same time. Every time you try to pull away from these toxic narcissistic relationships, you end up feeling like dizzy and off balance. It's like your addiction is to desperately craving this narcissistic validation and hoping to bring back some of that magical happiness from the beginning. But guess what? That happiness has slowly turned into a full-blown nightmare. It's actually got mold on it. It's only on the first side. If you flip it over, it's just all mold. It's all gross. It's all disgusting. And of course, narcissists will just flip it over and say, no, it's fine. It's like, you turn it over again? Oh, yeah, no. And at some point in these relationships, it's just like there is this moment of defeat that just kind of comes in. And defeat actually comes like almost on this new daily routine with a narcissist. It's like the narcissist is constantly testing your limits and pushing you further and further. What was once just, mean words now turns into downright insults and put downs. And those tiny little problems that used to be like little molehills, now they're turned into huge mountains. Mount Everest. Huge mountains. That little endearing little thing that they loved about you when you first met. Yeah. They hate that now. And they always did. Weird, right? It's just, And sure, you can try to fight back, but it seems like it doesn't matter what you do. You're always left defeated. It's like battling a ninja with invisible narcissism powers. You just can't see their moves coming. And before you know it, they've got this sneaky little smirk on their face, like someone who's just gotten the upper hand. Step by step, the water in this little boiling pot just gets hotter and hotter. And here's the thing. You've been in this pot for so long, you've just gotten used to the heat. It's like being that frog in that pot of water, not even realizing that you're slowly cooking. It's done so slowly and so meticulously. And the excuses that you made over and over and over again are just keeping you trapped in this toxic environment. And it's because narcissists have to win all the time. You just start to get this overwhelming feeling of defeat. And you may try to escape, but you're trapped in this impossible rhythm of this relationship. The highs, the lows, the highs, the lows, the highs, the lows. It's like a dance battle where you're forced to move in ways that you just doesn't feel right. But guess what? Because here's the thing. You have to break free from this little dance and find your own rhythm. And there's going to be times where you just have to step back. Just have to breathe. You have to just find your strength to walk away from this just toxic dance. And what we're going to do is we're going to discover the true path to happiness. So comment and mastermind below, and I'll share the link to the Narcovery mastermind. And remember, you're stronger than you think, and I believe in you. And let's just keep going, because there's more stuff to learn. Now, what we're going to talk about is I'm going to help you learn how to discover yourself and escape defeat from these narcissistic little tactics. If you don't know me, my name is Miles. I post videos daily on recovery from narcissism, so remember to like and follow. With a narcissist, feeling defeated is inevitable because defeat is going to hit you like an earthquake. Narcissists are hell-bent on winning, and they change the rules, and they manipulate reality. They twist facts. They live in some weird alternate universe that gives them these magical powers to do all of these weird things. And when this narcissist of yours starts to just tear apart your wounds instead of helping them heal, that's where you can see how toxic they can be. It's like they become this mad DNA splicer, and they're just cutting deep and revealing your pain. They're constantly looking for your pain. Just open it up, open it up, open it up. It's pathological. It's just maestros just conducting a symphony of chaos, making you question your own sanity. Now let's talk about this fairy tale illusion of theirs. You know how Hansel and Gretel left breadcrumbs in order to find their way back home? Well, in this twisted tale, it's like being lost in a maze that's just full of distractions and false promises. But you still have the power to leave a trail of just inner strength and self-discovery, guiding you back on your own true path. Yes, you can be like just a fearless explorer, just armed with wisdom and determination. And you can navigate their narcissistic games in that labyrinth that they create, and they constantly twist and change. And you can get out of this mess through resilience and self-awareness. Every inch you get closer and closer to finding your way out of their little tangled, little woven, web of deceit. The ups and downs in this relationship may feel overwhelming. It will. But, you have this thing in your chest. It's called the heart. And your heart is going to tell you that the highs are worth the lows. It's going to tell you that. But that's a lie. And getting out of these relationships, it does going to feel like you're climbing a mountain and you're facing these obstacles. And just as you're doing it, you have to embrace all the challenges and just reach through like breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. Find a plateau, climb higher. Find another plateau, climb higher. Just keep going, keep moving. Because once you reach the top, like, oh my God, the views are just breathtaking. They're just spectacular. You can see further and more clearly than you ever thought possible. And your mind is going to take some time for your mind to catch up. It's going to need a little bit more encouragement. It's, it's like a compass that sometimes just needs a little nudge. And in the beginning of these relationships, narcissists served you the buffet of just deceit and manipulation, of just false love that just turned into twisted treachery. But now it's time to feast on the sweet fruits of self-discovery and personal liberation. You're going to have a banquet at the end of this of just pure authenticity and genuine connection that's just going to nourish your spirit and just fill your life with joy. Joy that you deserve. Joy that's been taken away from you. Joy that wasn't even real. And that gets overwhelming at times. I get that. It's like surfing these waves of light, just catching these thrilling highs while learning to just navigate the occasional wipeouts. And what the narcissist is going to start to do is just slowly erode your self-esteem. And the defeat at the end of it is just going to feel like this earthquake. And when this narcissist starts to tear you apart and open up your wounds instead of helping you heal, it's like they're this pathological, twisted little surgeon that just delights in causing pain. And they do it by manufacturing just madness. They sow the seeds of doubt in your own mind, making it hard for you to see what's really happening. But this defeat is not just a bump in the road. It's just a chance for you to kind of stop and realize that the road that you're on isn't a good one. And there's another road, another journey, a journey towards happiness. You don't have to ride this roller coaster ride of just insanity with these toxic people anymore. So let's, break free from this narcissistic twisted tale and find happiness. And remember that you're not alone. If you need help, if you need support, check out narcovery.com. And if you'd like to see the link for Masterclass, just post Masterclass in the comments and I'll post the link.